All right, well, family, it is time to unbox my wired Raven. Now, as I mentioned, it comes in 2 boxes. Here's the batteries. Humongous batteries, man. Those are the batteries. In fact, I'm going to take those out first. We're going to put them to charge, but I think I need to get to the charger, and I think the charger's in there. So let me do that first. Man, they don't mess around with the packaging. I mean, it comes in the bubble wrap, it comes in that box, and then it comes in this box. This box has all these zip ties on it. They're not messing around with the packaging. All right, more packaging for the battery. So we're gonna take this out of here. All right, so here's the down tube battery. It has a BMS 60, it's a 72 volt, 20 amp hour battery, 1440 watt hours, Samsung cells, 50S. That's what's on here. Here's what's interesting. Here's my Be Cool Jupiter X1 Mini. The battery is a 30 amp hour battery, but big question mark, because that battery is so much lighter than this 20 amp hour battery. This thing is heavy as crap. In fact, I am going to, in a few, we're going to weigh this one with that 30 amp hour battery. Let's see what the weight difference is. All right, let's see if it's my imagination. This is the 72 volt, 30 amp hour battery. Now this one says it has 2100 watt hours, but it doesn't tell me what type of cells are on this one. Or at least I'm not seeing that, and I don't have my glasses on. But it just seems like it weighs so much less. So we're gonna put this one on the scale first. That is 19 point, I don't know if you can see that, 19.4 pounds is that one. Let's reset that. All right, so now let's put on the wired battery. Oh, actually, it just seems heavier, but it's not. It's 19 pounds. So I stand corrected. It actually weighs less. But here's the deal. That's a 30 amp hour battery. This is a 20 amp hour battery. And Mateo wants to get on here. So 10 amp hours less, but it weighs basically the same. So that's why on this battery, I question it. How can that be 30 amp hours? And this one be 20, but it's just probably the quality of the cells. I'm not a battery guy. I'm not an expert in batteries. Those that are can probably explain why this one's 19.4 pounds and it's 30, and that one's 19 pounds and that's 20. So let's continue unboxing this bad baby. All right, now we're gonna unbox the rear rack battery. Again, I'm not a huge fan of rear rack batteries. I wish Wired would just do what Be Cool did and just make a 30, 35 amp hour battery just in the down tube and make this, if somebody wanted one, an extra 10, 20, whatever this, I think this was 15. We'll find out in a second. All right, I'm not sure if you can see that, but I'll read it. This is also a BMS 60, 72 volt, but this is a 15 amp hour battery with 1080 watt hours, Samsung cells, 50S. So, and man, it's heavy as that. It's also heavy. I guess it's also, you need to account for the actual case that the battery's in. Because man, this seems heavy as hell too. All right, so here is how the box looks. As you can tell, this took a beating. This part right here took a beating. Let's see what else before we start taking stuff out. Looks like you get that extra, I don't know if this is the long one or the short one. This might be the long post. They do give you 2. I think that's where the battery is. But it looks pretty well packaged here. Not as good as the Ehoro bikes. I mean, they do a phenomenal job in their packaging, but looks like good enough. And I can see you have this all-terrain tire or hybrid tire that we're starting to see on some of the high-powered e-bikes. I'm glad to see that because much better than those knobby, cheap tires that most e-bike companies put on their bikes. So happy to see that. So now let's take this out. All right, box with your tools, your manual, pedals that I won't be using. I think this is, it's got the logo. Maybe this is for the handlebars. I'm not sure what that's for. Here is your headlight and some zip ties. All right, here's that front tire. It's a Cool-Rite. Again, I don't think it's as the same quality as the Allscape, although the tread is the same. But it just, and I don't know. We'll find out when I take it out to put the flat out in it and change the tube to a self-sealing tube to see how thick it is compared to the Allscapes. But it is an upgrade over the knobby tires. Look at this rotor, man. Look at how thick this rotor is. It's a little scratched up. 55, it looks like it's 55 millimeters. It's a 203 if I'm not mistaken. But, man, it's pretty decent front brake rotor. All right, so there's the seat. And I think this is a little crazy. I mean, this is, I think, way too short. I don't understand. I really don't understand. But, anyway, this is the seat. I think I'm short. I'm 5'7", but I think this is going to be too short for me. So we will see when we put it on the bike. All right, there you have it. She's out of the box. Man, she's beautiful. Beautiful. And then I take it back. I think that seat, I may not need to change it to the other post. I think I'm going to be fine with it right there. We will find out. And then this, when I question what it was, it is for the handlebar. All right, I'm gonna finish putting this bad baby together. I'll show you how it looks when it's done. But so far, man, I'm impressed. I like the way she looks. There's a couple things that I really like. Oh, let me just mention this. As you saw, I got beat up. Definitely, the rack got definitely beat up and bent. This is bent. Hopefully, it won't give me any problems putting the battery in. We will find out. If not, I'm going to have to freaking take that rack out and try to bend this up with socks. And that's one thing I'm going to note, is that I originally thought they were going to ship this through freight. And it came through FedEx, which I think is a huge mistake. And I think this is funny, right? Even though, right, it's got the nice American flag there, but then here, made in China. The irony of that. But so far, so good. Let's see, baby, let's see. Well, there you have it, my beautiful people. Fully assembled. I just got to put, I'm going to put the rear rack. I put my pedals. I'm actually charging the LEDs. I put the rest shifts on here. I still iffy on whether I'm going to keep that seat post. I may switch it out with the other seat post. It's not, I can't get, I like to pedal, so I can't get a full pedal stroke with it at that height. And I'm only 5'7", so I don't know what that seat post is for. So we'll see. I may have to switch that out. But I like the way she looks. Let's put her side by side with the Mini Alpha. All right, here's a side-by-side comparison between the Alpha and the Raven, right? Wheels, almost identical, looks like the same rotor. I will say this, I'm not a big fan of this quick release axle thing on it. I'd rather have this, much more secure in my opinion. So I'm gonna give the nod to the Magician Alpha when it comes to that, right? And here's the tire on the Alpha. and I want to see if I can find it. I'll do that later, but I'll put it in the show notes. This one looks like it's skinnier. Then the Alpha looks much wider than this one. So I'll check the size on that. That might be a 4.5, and that's a 4. But don't quote me on that yet, because I haven't done the full review on or comparison yet. This is just a quick overview on some of the stuff between the Alpha and the Raven that I immediately noticed, right? Again, this came with a dropper seat post. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't mind it, but I'm not a fan of that short seat post. It does come with 2, which is good. We don't know about the seat yet because I haven't written it. Here's another major difference. See that kickstand? I'm going to do a close-up of the kickstand. See that kickstand? Very disappointed with this kickstand. See this kickstand? This kickstand I see on my cheap bikes, man. On my budget e-bikes. Disappointed. I've been saying that for a while. Bike companies are neglecting kickstands, and kickstands are important, people. Very important. Both have metal fenders. Not a fan of the metal fenders. So this one does have a bigger rear battery, 15. That's only 10. They have different suspensions on it. See the suspension on this one? And the suspension on the Alpha. We'll see which one's more comfortable. This one came with turn signals front and back. I like that. This one does not come with turn signals. The handlebars. This one has mini BMX handlebars. This one does not. So you're a little bit more upright on this one. But as I mentioned, I tried pedaling this bike already, without the batteries, just to pedal it. I was a little iffy on the positioning of the pedals for this. This one you can pedal really nice, but I do believe they have the same chain ring. I think it's 58. They're both 58. But they look similar, but they're definitely not similar. Different motors. Different systems, different batteries. They just look similar. But, we'll see. Right now, this is the king of my castle. We'll see if this one can equal it or surpass it or maybe not. We'll find out within the review, guys. Oh, one last thing I want to show you is that the Raven is a taller bike. This is taller than that one. It's a little bit taller, and obviously with the bigger handlebars, you're taller up here, but it's not much. Very minimal. Very minimal. All right, WOW family. Today we're gonna do a comparison ride with the wired Raven versus the Be Cool Jupiter X1 Mini. Now, not a fair fight. I can tell you that right off the bat. But just to give you an idea, because a lot of people, because of price point, some people may consider buying the 72 Jupiter X1. Now, again, this is the Mini. This comes in the Max. Same thing with the Raven. This is the Raven. The Scout or the Warrior will be the taller version of this bike. The full review of this one and this one, it's on another video that I did. This is just going to be a comparison ride. My son's going to ride this one. I'm going to ride this one. And then we're going to switch and just compare the two. But right off the bat, let me do a quick comparison from the front to the back. We have the Kenda tires, the Nabi Kenda tires, which I'm going to tell you right now, they're crap. Get rid of them as soon as you can. The wired comes with the Cool Ride, either Allscape, All-Traverse, the All-Terrain. It's a hybrid tire, much better tire. Now, again, as I mentioned before, if you buy this with Allscape or All-Traverse, I think the quality is a little bit better. I just can't really do an apples to apples comparison between the two. I can just go a little bit by feel. The Allscapes and the All-Traverse feel a little thicker, but nonetheless, better tire there. They both come with the same brake rotors, same brakes. Here is a little bit of the difference, right? Dual crown fork. Here we don't have that. The lighting on the system is different. This one has this type of light and the turn signals. The turn signals on this bike are on the top. I actually prefer that on the top and those turn signals versus these. Same BMX style handlebars. The wired bike is taller, as you can see. I don't know if you can actually tell in the video, but this bike is definitely taller than this bike. This bike weighs more than this bike. I'll put the weight of each bike here and here so you can see. If we come towards the back, the suspension system is different. The Be Cool bike has a 30 amp hour battery on the front, nothing on the back. The wired has a 20 and 15. I actually prefer this setup. And if you saw my unboxing of the wired bike, you would have seen that the battery is 19, I believe 19.4 pounds. This one is a 20 amp hour, it's 19 pounds. So how they got an extra 10 amp hours and make it weigh about the same as this, I don't know. So it's a big question mark on the Be Cool battery, if it's an actual 30 amp hour battery or what the quality of the cells are, because it doesn't tell you. Here we know these are Samsung cells. BMS, I believe, was 60. But again, I'll put that up here. If we go towards the back, again, as I mentioned, the suspension systems are different. The rack, if we go towards the back, obviously because this has the battery in the back, has a much sturdier rack than that one. When I got this one, through shipping, this rack got damaged. I actually had to bend it up and make it work. The Be Cool comes with plastic fenders. I actually prefer plastic fenders than these metal fenders. And then the seats are very similar. The wire will come with 2 seat posts, a short one that you saw in the unboxing and a long one. And then we come towards the back, right? The lighting on the back, very similar, nothing special. Same Shimano, if you come up here, the same shifter. Now, the control panel, different. The brakes are different, different brands. But, and more importantly, the neck, right? So the stem and the neck, I don't like this. I'm not a big fan of this strips. I prefer they have this type of neck. And then the other thing I'll say about the frame, this is much beefier, much stronger than this one, okay? In terms of actual strength, I can't really tell you, but in terms of the weight of the bike, again, this is much lighter, and just by and I'm only going by looks, and it's my opinion, that the wired bike looks sturdier. May not be sturdier, but it definitely looks sturdier. Look at this. There's no wells here, and here you can see the well marks, right? You can see the cheap well marks. They're pretty cheap. They're not as clean as the wired. And then the actual paint job itself, much better paint job on the wire than you have on here. So right now we're gonna go ride. We're gonna go do a quick test. We're gonna do a speed run or speed test. Acceleration, see which one accelerates faster. We're gonna do a hill climb to see which one climbs better. And then we're gonna do a range test to see which one gives me more range at the end. They both have 100% battery, and we'll see how it turns out at the end. Let's go ride, my beautiful people. All right, let's come out here. All right, much like the original review that I did on the Be Cool, the Camouflage one, the bike is light, it's nimble, right? Which is a plus to the bike, but the power distribution is not smooth, and the motor is pretty loud. All right, so let me stop right here. We're going to do an acceleration test here. Let's come up here on the line. And let me turn on Strava. I'm going to put this in pedal assist 5. Brian, I don't know if you want to put it in 5, but that's ease in on the throttle, because that one's crazy. Let me know.
You want me to start my Strava too?
Yeah, start your Strava.
Okay, but I gotta go to the settings.
And then as you're riding that bike, tell us, how the power distribution is, what the feel is, all that good stuff. Because when you hop on this one, I want you to compare that one to this one. And let me see that camera. Make sure that angle is right, because last time you screwed that up. There you go.
It's on?
Show record. No, it's there. Yep, it's recording. Okay. This thing, I got to change the setting on this because it shuts off too quick. All right, I'm going to pedal assist number 5 from a dead stop. We're going to go to the end of the street. Well, Brian, we're going to go up to before that street turns up, okay?
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I told you, be careful with that. We got to 41 miles an hour before we got to that turn. What setting are you on?
I was on 1 and it still did it.
Yeah, let's change the start strength on that, because he was on pedal assist 1 and it wheelied on him. The problem with the bike is too powerful. Let's go into the settings and change the start strength. Nope, let me go back. Torque, start strength. We're gonna go to, damn, you were at this is the slowest. So you're gonna have to just ease in on that throttle. Lean forward, ease in so it doesn't buck you out. And then go to, as you're riding, you're gonna have to shift, because I'm at 5 right off the bat. Let's go back to the start. Better to start, right? Okay. Yeah, the thing with that wired bike is that it is crazy powerful. Let's switch sides because I came on this side. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, we're not catching it, but let's see. Oh, maybe we are. Increase the pedal assist, son. Let's go back. Oh my no. Oh my God. It ain't that complicated. I bet you're in pedal assist 1.
I'm on 5.
You on 5 for real?
Yeah.
All right, because I caught you. I shouldn't have caught you. Let's go back. We'll try one more time.
On 5.
It's on 5, right?
Yeah. Did you adjust your max speed?
Let me make sure that max speed is adjusted. Let me just go into the settings. Max speed. Yeah, that should be it. Let's see.
Go higher.
No, it's only 99.
Okay. What about class setting?
And let me just make sure we're on. Yep, you're unlimited. And the last thing I want to check is on throttle. It's enabled. All right, let's try it again. 3rd time's the charm.
That also should be on 30 pounds every day.
Let's keep that in mind. He's 30 pounds heavier than I am. I'm 150. How much you weigh?
185.
185. So
25.
no, 35 pounds heavy.
35.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, I could catch up to him. $44 miles an hour. All right. So from a slow start, the wired bike is faster than this Be Cool. But I don't know yet how that affects the overall top end speed, but I caught him. I caught him on a top end speed.
Since we turned down that throttle control, it's a little delayed when I want some power.
Huh?
Nothing. I'm doing a review.
Okay, yeah. Let's go.
I wanted to get out of trouble real quick. It's going to be a little delayed.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go out to, I got to tell Brian to keep his on pedal assist 5 so that we have apples to apples comparison. Actually, we're going to drop this to 4 because we don't need to go that fast. Because this bike, I'm pedaling and it will get you up there quick. Easily stays in the 40 mile an hour range. Pretty easy, pretty handily. I like that about the bike. As I mentioned during the first review on the first bike, and I kind of mentioned in the beginning of this video, is that you don't have that rear rack battery, right? So it's really easy to maneuver, which also contributes to the fact that I'm going to be able to pick up speed faster than the Wired, because Brian, that bike has a lot more weight than I do. And again, I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know the total weight of the bike. I want to say it's like 160, and this one's only 115 pounds. And I'm going to confirm that. Don't quote me on it. But the bike is lighter, I'm lighter. Let's go. So I should be able to get more speed out of it.
All right, let's test the speed a little bit. Top speed.
So when it comes to the, oh, Brian, hold on. Let me catch up to this kid. See if I can catch him.
And 40. 39.
See, right now, I'm not catching him. Pedal assist 5. Oh, no, I'm on 4. I'm sorry. I was like, why am I not catching him? I'm catching him now. We're going 50 miles an hour, 51. 51 miles an hour. So this bike is definitely a 50 mile an hour bike. I said that last time.
Which is pretty fast. Pretty smooth ride. As we're hitting these speeds. No wobble on the handles. All right, now we're up to 41.
We're going to check the GPS. Because I know for sure the speedometer is off. So let's check the GPS, see how off it is. And it looks like it's substantially off. I don't have mirrors on my bike. Do me a favor, on your Strava, check the GPS. Make sure that it's matching. Like right now, I can tell you the speed. So right now, I'm off. Huh?
Oh, it's a little delayed. It's like 13.
Yeah. Right, it's going to be delayed a little bit, but stay on one speed and see if it matches. So let's stay. I'm going to stay at 20 miles an hour and see if the Strava
Okay.
see what the Strava goes. So I'm going to go right about, shoot, come on, Strava, stay on. So we're at 23. I'm at 23. Strava's telling me 19. So that's a 4 mile an hour difference.
20. 19.
Now, we're only going to be doing a total of like 20 miles, so that's why we're going to go hard. Does it match or no?
It's like a mile an hour off.
A mile off. This was like 4 off. So it's big time off. Stay on pedal assist 4 until we do did you already do the speed run?
I got up to 41.
Okay, we're going to do it again here. Let's go around the university. Come on. We're going to only go about 20 miles. We're not going far today. So we're gonna go fast. More than I want to make sure that this motor can handle the speed. We're gonna go up some really steep hills. I want to make sure it can handle that without overheating like my other one did. All right, go to 5. Let's go all the way to the end. See what your top end speed is. Then I gotta watch Strava because my thing is off. Ready? Go. Yeah, Strava is way delayed though. So my speedometer says 50. Strava's at 41. 42, I gotta let go of it. All right, my biggest issue with Strava right now, and it happens to me all the time, is that is a big delay. There's a very big delay on it catching up. So it's really tough to tell what the top end speed, but it is off. It's about 4 mile an hour difference between speedometer and Strava. So on the speedometer, I'm up to 50 miles an hour, so really about 46. You're at the 42 is your top end speed?
Yeah.
All right. Drop it to 4. I keep it at 4 until we get to pedal as well, so that we can do apples to apples on the range. Yeah, but this bike wants to stay. I mean, it gets up to 40 very easy. I kind of want to stays there, which is pretty good. I'm at 4, level pedal says 4, but there's either a big voltage sag or we're eating up a lot of battery because it's saying I'm at 83%. What's your battery say?
93.
Yeah, 93. I'm at 83. I'm telling you,
Oh, you're right.
I should have put mirrors on this bad baby. But again, the bike handles really, really well. It's comfortable. The suspension on it is really good. I like the fact that it has turn signals. You know, the grips are cheap, as I mentioned before. I never heard of the brakes, the brand of the brakes. It has a loud motor, which some people are okay with that. I mean, that wired bike has a loud motor, but I gotta tell you, that wired bike's motor, or the Raven, is not as loud as the Scout. The Scout was super loud.
I'm not seeing the difference between 4 and 5.
Oh, you're not seeing the difference between... All right, so we got to go... Pull over here. Let's look at the settings real quick. All right, let me check on that. Turn off your camera because I wouldn't be here for a second. All right, we played with the settings on that. The throttle was only at 60%. That might make a difference. We kept the start strength where it was at the lowest setting. So we're going to do the speed run again because it's only giving 60% power with the throttle. You ready? Let's go.
Oh, I didn't start my camera.
Let me see if it started because that, for some reason, the beep doesn't go on that anymore. Yeah, you're on.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Hold on. Wait for the cars.
Oh.
That car that's coming right there. All right, let's go again from here. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. All right.
Oh, yeah, that makes a big difference.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I knew there was something wrong. Huge difference.
Yeah. Now we're at 46 miles an hour. Holding steady. And it's power. Okay.
Yeah, now I'm not catching them. All right, so I got up to 53.
That was it.
Huh?
That was it.
That was it, right?
Throttle.
Yeah. So where are you? What was your top speed there?
46.
46, yeah, much better. And I couldn't catch you at all.
And I took off that.
Yeah, I couldn't catch you.
I would definitely leave it on the smooth.
At the smooth, yeah, because it's still willies, right?
No, not really.
Try, give it, because I just saw it go up a little bit. Oh, okay. All right, good. We'll keep it there. We'll keep it there. All right, drop it to 4 and let's just make it a Mr. View Park. All right, guys, apologize about that. We screwed up the settings on the wire. And as you can see, there's no comparison. Once you, we kept it at start strength 1. We increased the throttle to 100%. It was only at 60%. We changed it to 3 pedal assist. And we gave the percentage of 30, 70, or 100. But see how loud that is? That wired motor compared to this one? That motor actually drowns out the noise on this
now
bike.
we're cruising. We did a little bit of adjustments on the settings. Maybe you'll do a video on how to get to these settings.
But yeah, I'm on pedal assist 4 where this bike likes to stay at 40 miles an hour easy, man.
I had it on 1, 2.
Huh?
I never went on 3.
Yeah, because we gave the throttle 100. Remember that?
Oh, on the data right there.
All right. Yeah, you're not catching that wired bike with this bike. Yeah, no way you're catching that wired bike.
All right, so now I see the difference. 1 will get you to 35 as the top speed. 2 gets you to 40, 42, 44. Definitely takes off faster.
All right, this bike is starting to do what it did last time.
What?
I'm gonna go a little slow. It makes this grinding noise when it starts. You heard it, right? When it starts to heat up. So, all right, so I'm not going to go super hard. Let me turn this camera. I'm not gonna go super hard right now. I'm gonna keep it at 30 because it's starting to make that grinding noise that it did with that first bike before it died. Overheated, which isn't good, man. Yeah, you heard that? I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's not good. Man, it's a shame because I think this bike, if it had, this bike is good, man. I think it's a good bike, but man, I just don't trust it. If this thing heats up again, it's sad, right? And look, we're at 76% battery already. We've gone 8 miles. You hear that? Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That noise is not good. All right, we're here at Vista View Park. I just hope going up these hills don't really burn out this motor. I mean, this time I got the wired bike that can pull me home. Last time I had to ride this 10 miles. Or actually, was it 10 miles? No, it was 8 miles home with no pedal assist, which is a light bike. Damn, that noise is not good. The problem is the park is busy. Let's see, drop it down to 1. How you doing?
Good.
2, please.
Oh, bikers are free.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Brian, we're screwed. There's an event. Let's see. Yeah, looks like there's an event. Yeah, there's too many people here. All right, let's boogie out of here. There's too many. I wanted to go up these hills, but there's just too many people here. I wanted to go up the hills, but there's too many people. Actually, let's go over here. Let's go do a brake test real quick. All right, Brian, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna go first. You're gonna go to the end. Get up to 28 miles an hour, between 25, 28. When you get to right here, hit the brakes. Now, just remember, just like a motorcycle, you don't want to snatch the brakes because then you're gonna possibly high side. But like an emergency brake, right? And then we'll see how far you go. And then we're gonna do it on the Be Cool.
Like when we do EVOC?
Yep, like we do, exactly like when you do EVOC. All right, here's a look at the bike. I mean, I really like the look of the bike. It's a good, I had high hopes for it. But man, I mean, you can hear that grinding noise on the motor. And that's what happened with the other bike. And then it just died. It just, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know why it's doing that, other than the fact it could be heating up. Let me check. Yeah, that motor's hot. There's no reason for this motor to be super hot. It's super, I mean, I can touch it, but it is hot. I'm gonna touch this wired motor. All right, let's see where it goes.
All right, we're doing a brake test. I'm going to be getting this up to 28 miles an hour. And then I'm going to do an emergency brake and both brakes activated. '28.
Oh, what a great stop. So he went 1, 2 parking spots into the middle of the third. Great. All right, let me do mine. Stand over here so you can videotape me as I'm coming through.
Get my wheelie?
Yeah, I got the wheelie. I saw it. That's crazy how powerful that bike is. What's where are you in terms of battery percentage?
92.
Yeah, see that's so I'm at 81 or 82 now. It's just up to 82.
Came back up.
Now, granted, this is 30. That is 35 amp hours. Now, I'm not confident with the tires, but I am confident with the brakes on this bike. Let's get up to.
Alright, here's his brake test. Remember, I went to about 28, 30 miles an hour. And I was able to start my braking.
It actually did better, but I didn't. How fast did you go?
Almost 30.
Okay, so let me do it again because I only did 25. Let me get up to 30. All right, that was 25, but he did 30, so I want to get close to 30.
Alright, he only got up to 25 miles an hour, so he's gonna get a little faster. Perform the same test.
All right, right there, I'm staying right at 30. That's much better braking. Very close to what you did, right? You were just a little bit ahead. Yeah. You were right here. Yeah.
A little more.
A little more forward. Now, I just realized that I got to do that again. I'm going to tell you why. There's a 4 mile an hour difference. I was at 30, so I was really only at 20.
You're using your Strava?
No, I'm using this to tell me. So,
So this has a 4 mile an hour difference from that?
yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm going to try one more time. I got to get it up to at least 28 miles an hour, so I should be at 32. But it's braking almost the same as that wired. It's pretty close. All right, here we go. All right there. Damn, that thing is.
Yep. Same.
Same, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so good brakes on both. I like the brakes.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. I like the brakes. All right, let's head back. Actually, a switch. Take this bike. Yours is on?
It was on the entire time.
Okay, good. All right, now let me hop on this bad baby. Oh, but I got to raise the seat. I don't know why my son likes this seat this low. Oh, you know what? I forgot. You can't go higher. This is probably the highest I can go. Yeah, I definitely have to change that. I got to change that seat post. I can't ride a bike like that because I like to pedal. I got to change the seat post. Seat post is too low.
Yeah, I know. That's the highest it goes.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
This thing's gritty.
It is gritty, right? That's what I don't like about that bike. This one's so smooth, but that one is not a smooth ride compared to this, right? But you can really tell the difference in weight.
This one's a lot lighter.
Yeah. A lot lighter. This one's heavy. I mean, you can tell the difference. That's a big major difference so far, is that on that bike, on the BQ bike, it's so light. This thing is heavy, and you can feel it. I think it feels heavier than the Magician. We're going to be doing the same test between this and the Magician.
All right, I'm gonna give you my little review. I hopped on the Be Cool. First off, in the beginning, it's a little gritty. Definitely a huge difference in weight especially like you feel like you can turn it a lot easier than the wired bike. That one's just, it feels like a tank. But at high speeds, it's very good at maneuvering and staying sturdy without having any issues of wobble. This one, but I feel more agile on this one. Like if I need to avoid a turn or I don't feel like I'm gonna fall, it's more of a bike, in my opinion.
And for sure, I gotta check the tires because I think the Magician Alpha's tires are much wider than this one. Not much, but half an inch wider. Yeah, this is stiff. This bike feels very stiff. Whoa, whoa! You got to be very careful with this one, baby. Definitely got to be careful with this one now.
Still at 42, 43. It's still fast. 44. It can handle my weight. You can see all the riders heading out west 27.
Oh, wow, look at that big cycling group over there.
The mini Tour de France.
Yeah, that is Tour de France over there. They're going.
Tour de Broward.
I'm like, we're still at 92% battery. That's not bad. We've gone 9.6 miles. He was on 1, pedal assist 1. I'm gonna bring it up to 2. Wow, 2, we're at 40. See, the GPS lags. That's one thing this is one of the things I don't like about GPS is that here in Broward County, there's a big lag. Oh my God, this is nice. I mean, you feel the power on this Raven.
Definitely can't pedal at a higher speed, does nothing.
So I changed it to 3 pedal assist. Instead of 5, I went to 3. And in pedal assist 2, which I don't think I ever have to go to 3.
Should have wore sunglasses.
I'm gonna do a speed run when we get to the next intersection, but I'm at 43 miles an hour, 41 on the display, or 40. See, so GPS goes me at 42, display 45, 43, 46, 44 on the GPS. Wow, this bike is just phenomenal. I left him in the dust. Let me wait for him. We're gonna try to burn batteries, so keep it on 5.
Is it on 5?
I don't know if it's on 5.
Oh, it's on 5.
It's on 5? Keep it on 5, and then I'm gonna do another speed run up here. Tell me how fast you're going with your weight.
All right.
All right, I'm bumping this up to 3. And we're gonna go see how fast this baby goes now. Let's go. 36, 41, 45.
45 miles an hour. 46, 47, 48, 49. But this, again, this speed might be off. I think it's off by 4. And the speedometer is off. Probably only going 45 miles an hour.
All right, we're staying at 46 miles an hour, 45 on the GPS. 44, 45. Yeah, once I change the seat post, get the seat up higher, it'll be a much better ride. But as I mentioned, you can definitely tell the difference in weight. This is a lot heavier, man. What do you think? What'd you get?
That is 49, but you know it's off by 4.
Yeah, so 45. So it goes the same top end speed as this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and that's good because you're heavy.
I ain't happy. I'm that's
We'll see what my son says in terms of the actual ride, but that's I love the way. Well, not love, but that Be Cool is it's a much better handling bike. This one you got to manhandle this bike. This bike is definitely not for boys. That one, that bike right there, the Be Cool, you don't have to be super strong to ride that thing. This one, I feel like I'm fighting it because it's so heavy. Plus, it might be the seat, but we'll find out.
overall not a bad bike. If it's cheaper and it goes this fast, then you don't have the wired money. I would definitely invest in this one. Good top end speed. We're trying to burn this battery down though. See how long it lasts.
I'm gonna do a comparison ride with the Magician. And I can tell you right now, until I adjust everything, I'm leaning much more towards the Magician than this one. The Magician is lighter. It's got to be lighter. I'm going to weigh on it. It's easier to handle. I want to race that scooter. I guarantee you, we smoke them.
I'm at 62%.
80, 81.
I'll say, what's the price difference on this bike?
There's about a $600 price difference.
So you're at that $600, you'll save, get the same speed. Then the acceleration's a little faster, but I'm maintaining this gap. So we're going the same speed. Maybe he goes like a mile, 2 mile an hour, because now he's starting to gain some distance on me. But overall, pretty equal.
Yeah, the beauty about this bike is that you don't really need to be all maxed out, right? We're in the slowest start strength. We're only on pedal assist 2. Now remember, I switched it to only three pedal assists. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And I can ride here really easy. Pedal strike? We good? Man, it's a beautiful Sunday. I'm really enjoying the torque sensor on the bike. It's a really nice torque sensor. So we tried cadence and we tried torque. Both very good, very responsive. All right, let's get up to 45 easy. Let's go to it, man. Catch the light. I like the turn signals. It gives you the display or the indicator. I wish I had an audio noise to it, but at least you can see that your turn signals are on. Drop this down to 1. I really like this control panel here too. For your turn signals, your light. Well, horn sucks though. That's too quiet. And it gives you a bell though. For my boy Scott who loves the bell. There you go. It comes with a bell. Or at least that bike made it. Didn't make it last time. Remember, I got stuck with that bike, the camouflage one.
It wasn't the camouflage yet.
Yeah.
It's overheated.
Yep. All right,
Is it the same model?
Same thing. That's the same bike, except different color. Or the same Jupiter bike. Let's come over here and let's do a recap real quick. All right, real quickly. GPS. We went 17 point. This bike went 17.3 miles, and we finished with 82% battery. How about yours?
Can you unlock closer, actually? Oh, actually, distance is 17.73,
Yeah, same thing.
and I'm at 50%.
Wow, big difference. 20% difference. Now, keep in mind, guys, this bike here, again, this is 35 amp hours. This one is 30 amp hours. Now, Brian, tell me, let's start with ride quality. Like between the two, which one do you think you're more comfortable on riding? You know, when you're riding now, how does it feel?
They're about the same.
About the same?
Yeah. I didn't feel any difference in like setup or position of how I'm riding.
Okay, then let's start with comfort then. Okay, so comfort-wise for you, there was the same.
Yes.
Again, I don't think it was the same for me because this one was so heavy that I felt that I was like almost needed to add some strength to ride it. That one I felt like I didn't have to put any power to it to do any turns or anything. So, okay, so that's that. What else you want to talk about the difference? So let's do it that way.
Yes, maneuverability. You're gonna have a lighter bike, so if something were to happen, you can go out of the way. This one is a lot more stiff and heavier. I do agree with that.
Yeah, much stiffer bike to ride. So, what else? What else is difference between the two?
The motor noise. Definitely have way
Which
more motor noise on the Be Cool than you do on the Wired.
which one has more noise? The Be Cool has. He found that the Be Cool noise was louder than the Wired. I thought they were almost the same, except at top end speed. I think the Wired is much louder than the Be Cool, but the noise is about the same. I said that about the Be Cool, that it's got a loud motor. The Wired has a loud motor. What else?
The pedaling on this one's a lot better than this one.
The pedaling on the Wired is better. I agree. I think the cadence sensor and the torque sensor they both have cadence and torque, but I think the pedal system on the Wired much better than the Be Cool. What else?
Definitely have similar top speeds. You're probably like a mile an hour, 2 mile an hour faster, because then we'll maintain a certain gap, but very slowly you'll take off.
Yeah, this one's like you said, the Wired, it's a top end speed wise, slightly faster, but not much at all. In fact, with my body weight on the Be Cool, I don't think there's a difference in top end speed. Obviously, when he got on the Be Cool, he's heavier, but it's still very minute in terms of top end speed. How about start strength on the torque? Yeah, hands down. This is, if you like a torquey bike, hands down, this Wired is your bike. Again, just like
we had to turn it all the way down to its base setting.
We did. We had to turn it on because I think it's dangerous on anything above the base setting. I mean, obviously, if you ride it a lot and you get more experience with the bike, you're probably you too. All right, so here's the review, and this is what's a little strange. The max speed, both on my Strava and on my son's Strava, mine said the fastest I went was 51.3 miles an hour. His is 52.6 miles an hour. We both rode about the same distance, obviously, same time. But that's that. That average speed was 23.7. So both bikes do hit 50 miles an hour, which is pretty cool. We handle a little bit more start strength, but off the bat, I think is dangerous. We didn't even go up to the 2 higher assists, right? It has 4. It has the lowest settings. It has another one, I forget the name of it, but then you have, well, actually, let's look at it so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's look at the start strength, because I think that's what really separates this bike with all other bikes. We're going to go into the menu again. We'll go to advanced settings. We'll go to start strength. So it's got smoothest, which is where we have it on now. Smooth, where it came stocked with smooth, but we had to take it off because it's just really too easy. First time on the bike, you just got to get comfortable. I don't recommend, unless you have a lot of experience on this specific bike, I don't recommend doing that. But then look at the other two that we never touch. Fast and hold on. When there's no truer statement than hold on. Because if you go there, I still remember with the Wired Scout, coming up to a light, slowing down, forgetting how torquey and powerful it is. The light turns green, and I hit that throttle, full throttle, really got bucked off like a wild horse would buck off a rider. It was not pretty. So I can imagine that. All right, so obviously start strength, right? How about Brian, the quality of the actual components and bike itself?
I mean, you said there was a $600 difference. You can tell when you ride the bike. That one's built more sturdier, has better components. The handlebars are better. The bike seats, it's a little more comfortable. The ride is a lot better. That one, obviously, it's $600 cheaper. Your monitor is not as nice as that one. Your brakes are about the same. And it just you could definitely feel the difference.
Yeah, I agree. The quality of the bike, and I said this in the beginning, there's really no comparison. The only thing I will say, and Brian touched on it, the brakes just as good as these. In fact, I may say though the brakes on the Be Cool is a little bit better. This one you got to break them in. They're both brand new bikes. But this one, you have to squeeze more to activate that brake than you do on that Be Cool. The suspension, right? Even though they're different suspension, I give the nod to the Wired, but it's minute. It's not minute. It's not major. But everything else, I think it's major, right? I think the frame on this Wired, it just looks and feels, it's better, right? The forks better. Definitely the tires. Those are the Kenda tires on this Be Cool are the cheapest tires that any bike company can put on a bike. They're just really cheap. Then the other thing I got to say is the durability of the bike, right? I mentioned this during the ride. This one started to get really hot really quick, and you heard that grinding noise on that motor. It wasn't constant, but it would happen. Did it happen to you, that grinding noise?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially when you start off.
When you start off, right?
Start off, and then as you start riding, it goes away.
Yeah. Yeah, that grinding noise is concerning because that's what happened with the other one that started getting that grinding noise, and then it overheated. Now let's do, it's been here for a minute, but let's touch the motor. See. Oof, that motor's hot too. Both motors, that one's hot. Let's see this one. Yeah, they're both hot. The motors are both super hot.
This one tells you how hot it is.
Yeah, and that one gives you the temperature.
185 degrees.
So this is the temperature. This is another cool thing about this bike. It's 185, that motor right now. That one has to be the same, if not a little hotter. The other thing he mentioned, the display. This is a much better display. This bike you can customize a lot better. Again, I like the control panels on this. I mean, the grips on that is super cheap. These grips are really nice. The control panel is probably the coolest I've seen. I don't think I've ever seen it, one like this. Hit the horn button on that. And I'm gonna stand in the middle. 1 second. Hit it again. Yeah, this horn is much. This is a useless horn, to be honest. Yeah. But this one came with the bell for those that like bells. I hate bells, to be honest. I really hate it. But it has the bell. He talked about the seat. This seat is more as comfortable more than the Be Cool. Now we do have to change the seat post. I think that seat post is pretty useless unless you're shorter than I am. I'm 5'7", and it's hard to find a rider that's shorter than me unless you're a female. And then you can use that one, but not a big fan of that. Anything else, Brian?
If you're a speed guy, I would say there's really no difference.
Right.
So,
right.
And I'm more of a speed person, so I like the speed. You're able to go places 30 to 40 miles an hour. I think that's fast enough. But you gotta do a range test on that one, in my opinion, to see how far that actually goes.
Definitely need to do
50% now. We did what, 17 miles?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
We did
Yeah, 17 miles.
17 miles.
You're
That's
only gonna get 30, 35 miles an
now I don't think
going fast.
right. I don't think well the way I ride it, I'll definitely get more miles because I don't ride like we just did. I never ride full throttle, max speed for freaking 20 miles. I never do that. But if you guys ever need to run a short errand and go fast and get things done, these two bikes do the job, right? If you need a bike that's not as super heavy, and then get the Be Cool, right? It's not super heavy compared to this. It's more nimble, so you can get around. But if you're looking for quality, have the extra money to spend, I would all day go with the wired. And it gives, for me, I have more confidence on this wired that's gonna last me longer than on that Be Cool bike. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Again, we're gonna be doing a full review. We're gonna be doing a full review on both bikes. That's coming up. We're gonna dash on both bikes, and we're going to do a range test on both bikes. This was just a comparison. Don't forget, guys, ride, hustle, repeat. All right, guys, here's a PSA announcement. If you're planning on getting the wired Raven or the wired Viper or the Scout, any of the wired bikes, to be honest, but specifically right now, I'm riding the wired Raven. I've been doing a lot of testing on the bike. And this is a warning. If you're not experienced on bikes, when you get this out of the box, keep it in class 1, because this bike is dangerous in unlimited mode. And I literally mean dangerous. I'm an experienced rider, and I've already almost crashed twice. So just be very, very mindful that if you take it out of class 1, class 2, you better know what you're doing. I've been adjusting and testing the bike for the past week, and there's a lot I love, but there's some stuff that I really do not like about the bike. Be warned if you get a wired bike.